wombat pool. Surprise.
Hi guys, welcome to a little product introduction and video review on a pretty cool little item. What you have in front of you is the PFM16. This is a BB pistol put out by Crosman, really nicely designed. A full metal gun, which I really like a lot instead of using plastic. Doesn't have a lot of moving parts on it. It is not a blowback gun. This is pretty much what you see is what you get. The hammer does not cock. The slide does not move. The only moving parts are the trigger, the magazine release, and the safety on the opposite side. Now, the safety is a little hard to manipulate. You gotta push it into position by pushing on this little serrated piece of plastic. All the way up is in fire, and then all the way down is in safe. Now, getting used to doing that with one finger is a little bit of a pain in the butt. With that, you can get used to it, and once you mess with it for a while, you'll be efficient with it and, pretty much used to it. The Co2 cartridge fits underneath the plastic molded grip. The grip does not come off. You pull it all the way back, as you've seen. Place your CO2 cartridge. The other gripe that I got is this little tab here that you got to lock down your CO2 cartridge with. It's in a spot where it's made for small fingers. With my hand, it's not easy to twist this thing, and when I was tightening it down, I did have some bleed off because I couldn't wrench it down fast enough. So some air did escape. That was one of my little gripes too, that it wasn't able to do it fast enough. Now when it is out and fully the screws all the way back, you cannot close the grips. It'll actually lock up on that protruding piece and you won't be able to close your grips. So you always have to keep it sort of in this position and you're able to close your grips. Once it is closed though, it is a nice fit. I mean, the construction of the gun is actually really nice. As far as how it was made is really cool. So once the grips are there, the other thing that I had an issue with was the trigger. Now, overall, I don't know if it's a little clunky or just was a little hard to pull. Takes some getting used to. I just really didn't like the trigger right off the bat. The gun is accurate, no problems with that. Accuracy was good. The sight picture is decent. You might want to highlight that front post if you're shooting in a little bit lower light situations. But the trigger wasn't my favorite. It's just a big drawback to this thing. But with that said, it was as accurate as I was. I did place all the shots where I wanted to. It was an interesting gun. I do love the metal construction, but like I said, the trigger, that little screw thing being sticking out a little bit more or being in that little position, it does have some drawbacks to it. Now, the magazine though works and operates fine. When you place it in the gun, it does automatically fall clear when you press that magazine release, so that works out really great. And if you're looking for extra magazines, you might not look to say this particular model, but this magazine is pretty generic as far as it fits in several different guns. So if you're looking for a magazine for an air pistol, if it looks just like this, then it'll probably work with this pistol, and it's definitely going to work with a couple of the other ones, the C11 or there's quite a few actually that actually use this particular magazine. Now you get the magazine, the gun, and that's it. When you purchase, it was under $50. I think it was under $30 for the gun itself. A really interesting purchase. I like it, but then again, I don't like certain things about it. It is made in Taiwan, and it is marked on the opposite side, made in Taiwan, which is no problem or issues. I like it is really neat because it does look similar to the Beretta. I want to say it's the 84, and I like Beretta designs. They just really look neat, but it's not an exact replica of the Beretta 84. There's a few things that are a little bit different, so it's not an exact copy. With that said, I like the gun. On paper targets, it did fine. On plastic targets, okay. On metal targets, particularly soup cans, it did not pierce the cans. Just didn't have enough velocity to do it. And I was, you know, not that far away from them, probably about 30 yards, if that, from the target when I was shooting. So, and that was a brand new CO2 cartridge. It just did not pierce the can itself. Overall, though, it's an interesting gun, and if you do purchase, you'll probably be pleasantly happy with it. I mean, if you like the design and stuff. So that is a look at the PFM16. Any other questions, feel free to ask. As for the BB loader, I always get asked about this thing. This was from my H&K BB gun, so that's where I picked it up at. I don't know if you can get more from H&K, but it works out really great, so that's that. The BBs that I've been using are the Daisy BBs. I just use them instead of the Crosman because of how they react when they're lodged in a fence. They don't bleed and stuff. So any other questions, feel free to ask. You guys have a good one. Be safe, take care. If you can, please subscribe. It's free. If you also can, please share the video on social media. You guys have a good one, and I'll definitely talk to you soon.